Yo, DDP, welcome on in. Tuna, what up, what up? Give me a few seconds, just finishing setting up. Ads are running as well. Heck yeah. 2 week or 10 week 10 day stream streak. Heck yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you for your dedication to the stream. Also, Tuna, well, I'll just wait. Hold on. Oh wait, give me like 43 seconds and we'll go live. Okay. Let's do the live thing. I'll just start with my face. Hello. Hail. I was gonna like wave and salute, and then I just ended up doing whatever this is. Oh, that's the thing I forgot to do. I need to pull up my chat so I can see you guys. I'm one of the many fans of this community with this much dedication. It's you to blame for making us like this. But yeah, Tuna, wait. Let me make sure I'm not crazy here. I think you know what I'm gonna say, but I just want to make sure I'm not insane. Oh, it would be under here. Sorry. Maybe you don't know what I'm gonna say. Yes. Okay. Tuna, thank you for throwing some support at the Patreon. I do very much appreciate that. Let me know if everything's working correctly, because I have a few people on that, but it's mostly like friends and family. So if anything doesn't work, let me know. But thank you. I bow to you. Jay, how's it going? How's it going? Almost forgot I did that. Hey. But yes, very, very thankful. I appreciate that. Yeah, let me know if anything like isn't working correctly, or I really need to update it. I haven't really done enough with it, but about to eat, just wanted to pop in. Cool. Yeah. Well, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. I'm a little tired right now. Not gonna lie. But the show must go on. What am I talking about today? I know I like mentioned what I was going to talk about on whatever. Been working on the next one shot. Nice. Heck yeah. Actually, that is one of the things I wanted to talk about. Not that, but D&D. We do need to talk about the chat does D&D thing. I'm trying to figure out how we do that. And I kind of want to flesh that out a little bit. So I really just need to pull up a document and write some stuff out. I think I've probably been overthinking it, and we kind of just need to we can just do it, and worst case everything falls apart and it was an experiment, you know. We have a saying here, Dubar Tech, that I haven't seen being used in English countries, but it translates to have a good meal. Ah, interesting. What does that look like? Like, have a game on stream and we vote for what happens? Pretty much, yeah. That's the thing. I don't know exactly what it looks like. It was like I was writing down suggestions for like things we could do as like a celebratory stream thing. And that one, I think Toot suggested it, and everyone was like, oh yeah, it seems cool. And then I did a vote, and then people picked that, and I'm like, okay, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but yeah. The biggest thing I don't want it to end up like is like just like a choose your own adventure, because that could be fun, but it also just ends up feeling like I don't want it to feel railroady, right? How long is the time skip? My food is here, gonna lurk for a bit, but that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, that's the hope. The hope is to get like, I think I have a couple weeks. There you go. 10,000 years. And we are now old dragons. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's do this. Yeah, I really need to reframe my camera. I guess I could do, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it for now. It's for another day. Or is it? Because there's like so much headroom. What if I just do this? What if I go to my video? Is this it? Okay, this is it. If I make me larger in frame and then crop it, maybe. There we go. You can see me a little better. Okay. I do want to talk about this though. So I think that's the first thing we should get done, especially because usually the most people show up at the beginning, but we'll see what happens. Step A. I think so there's two options, right? We can either have it be like I let you explore my homebrew world, right? Or like a singular mission that you, oh god, you follow. Imagine you just keep making one shots for us. The point is singular campaign, but we still refer to them as one shots. I mean, that's essentially how I kind of do my campaign stuff, is that like well, usually like the one shot is like the campaign doesn't lead to a larger thing, right? I guess, or like the stories don't all interconnect necessarily. But like usually the way I do my sessions is that like rather than having you like adventure over the world, it's you're at a hub and you can kind of go to different missions, and then kind of like you go out to the mission, then you come back, and then at the end of the session you come back to base, and then you can go out again. And that helps because if you have a ton of players, like I have 9 people who could potentially play, but I limit it to 4 per session because I don't like huge parties. So like each mission is a group of adventurers going out to, do their thing. So can you give me some slight insight into your world? Yeah, so the concept is basically like post-apocalyptic D&D universe, more or less. It's very loosely based on like actual D&D, like the D&D planarverse, right? The idea is the planarverse collapsed, everything kind of exploded into a singular world via chaotic magic. And basically everything is sort of infested with like chaotic radiation, more or less, that just changes things if you're outside of basically the home base. Home base is protected by something called the Order Stone, which basically just emanates an aura of order, keeping everyone within that region safe. And so adventurers go out on specific missions. They take basically fragments of the Order Stone with them to, keep them safe. And then basically, because it's the Order Stone, it always goes back to order. So eventually, you basically get teleported back home after every mission. Grot time. Grot time. Talking about the D&D stuff real quick. The chat does D&D. We'll do that. Maybe we just, instead of zooming in, I just make make font bigger. Font bigger. There we go. So these are 2 options. I'll tell you the pros and cons of each. Letting you explore my homebrew world, you get freedom, right? Versus a singular mission that you follow will be something more like a cohesive story, right? Like a beginning, middle, and end, right? About second. Yo, Anonymous, what's up? This one also will let, like, the thing about letting you explore is that I'm honestly leaning toward this, even though it's probably gonna be less like a interesting story. Did I say yo, Anonymous? I think I did. I think I yelled it out loud and then my brain instantly forgot for some reason. Yeah, this one you kind of create your own story, right? That's the interesting part about that, right? And also, like, I feel like if I do a singular mission that you have to follow, I'm gonna have to keep you on the rails, and likely, this is more chaos friendly, right? But you nudge us towards some options to this direction. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the idea is like you would pick your mission, you go out. I basically let you do any mission that like existed from like any of the missions I created for my friends, and then you could go on any of those. Because it's already like content I've made. Otherwise, I'd just put you on a specific mission and then just have it like go that way, and I have to find like which one's the best one, which I could do. But then like Then I really like to keep you on the rails. The cast friendly is good. We are chaotic. And like, I don't mind that. I honestly think like this, you might have like a better, like, it's like, oh yeah, we created a story. Like we got to experience a story, but again, I feel like that's just going to end up like, this is going to feel like a choose your own adventure, right? But what do you have in mind for a playable character? Because that's what's most exciting for us. Yeah, so yo. Sorry. My thing is being weird. Yo. Denitris McBride? Am I saying that wrong? I'm so dyslexic, so you have to forgive me. How are you? I'm doing good. We're just working on... Is my music too loud, actually? That's about right. We're just working on... We're going to be doing a chat does D&D sort of thing. So that is kind of what we're doing currently. But we're trying to figure out how that will work. Yeah, welcome on in. But then we'll probably be talking about my co-op TCG in a bit. Just planning some event stuff. But yeah, playable characters. I mean, so again, this is going to be... Oh, let's phrase this like options. So this is like the story. Right. So that's... Then we also have like the character. Either we have multiple characters that chat controls. I think that's going to be weird. Probably. We have a single character. Whatever. I mean, it is also an option. I like the concept of a single character so much. Yeah, I mean, it's basically like I'm a game, app, website, and software developer. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, we do a lot of what's it called? Mostly like tabletop game design stuff. So you might find that interesting. It's not quite, you know, it's not like video game development, but yeah, we do a lot of like nerd stuff, you know. Yeah, it's good to have you here. I think I like a single character better too, because it's just going to get less confusing, or like it's going to be much less confusing. Because like the way I think, okay, I guess one of the other thing is like how to control, right? Because we could either have polls. My worry is this is slow, right? Slow, but a good like democratic vote, right? Right. But I think probably honestly just like shouting out which kind of leads to just like, and I just picked the best one, right? It's much faster. No offense, but that's a really suspicious thing to say when come in. I shame my website. Yeah. I don't mind like you know, showing your stuff off or self promo, but yeah, we get a lot of people who are just marketing themselves. Well, not a lot, but you know, sometimes people just jump in marketing themselves, and there's definitely better places to do that. We had some sketch tips here. True. I think this is probably better. We could just shout stuff out, right? Or we could like the hard like we could like set up commands. So like this is probably the hardest thing to do. And will take time to set up. You know? That's the biggest it shares it anyway. Yeah, that's yeah, okay. I am not clicking on that. All right, we're just gonna time you out real quick. I sent you a pic of my website. Please respond. No, it's a safe site. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine, and I'm sure they're a independent creator. But it has an HTTPS. Yeah, but still, honestly, it's not even that. It's just we were just like, I'm not sure if that's cool, and they sent it anyway, you know? And sup, Sauce? How you doing today? It's good to have you in here. I don't know. I don't mind people promoting themselves, but yeah, coming in and just all right, sell stuff. I just yeah, I don't know. It just feels aggressively salesy. I just been getting like too much of that stuff to like to have much what's it called, patience for it anymore. If it feels weird, it's probably weird, you know. Hiya Beats. Hello, most epic Sauce. The most epicest. How you doing, Saucertron? We're talking about we're doing like a chat does D&D sort of thing. Not now, but we're kind of planning it real quick because it's something I want to do, but I'm not exactly sure how we do it. So I'm kind of trying to fill that out. Yeah. Honestly, probably just using the Sauce, one of your first followers. He's well, yeah, the founder badge is like one of the, I think it's like the 10 first subscribers. Sauce is also like a personal friend, so like IRL, real life, went to high school together kind of thing. Went to middle school together, I guess, right? Sauce has actually played in my actual D&D campaign. All around swell guy, you know? You've got a good hand for feeling things out. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff is just like I've seen it too much now that I just like I don't know if I just want to waste my time, you know? 2018 is crazy. The 2019 crazy. That's enough to even put Adonis to shame. Is that what it says? Oh, yeah. Following since 2019. Yeah. That was before I even was streaming. Yeah. That was when Sauce was streaming. Lurk mode or out of lurk mode. What'd I miss? Just like kind of yapping a little bit. Someone was trying to sell stuff probably. But yeah, I'm just trying to decide what our options are here. Salesman and an OG fan, indeed. Yeah, I'm a fan of Sauce, you know. So yeah, okay, maybe we need to, you know, let's just go to the full display and then just zoom in like that. What was he selling? Some sort of website design stuff. I appreciate the hustle, but like just coming in like with someone you don't know, right? And then just being like, hey, buy my website, like work on, like, here's my website. It's like, come on. Like if Tuna went in and was like, hey, I'm struggling right now. I want you to, do you help me with, do you want to pay for, I don't know. I'm doing some writing stuff. Do you want to buy a story? You want to, can you hire, I can't words. You know, like, can you hire me to write some things? Like, okay, that would be something. But like someone who just comes out of nowhere and be like, hey, would you like to, you know, like, would you like to purchase my services? It's like, it's just, there's too many of those out there. I've dealt with it too much. Dropped, I mean, honestly, I didn't ban him. I just timed him out and he already unfollowed. So he's gone, I'm sure. Ishi, whatever, I don't know. So funny. I actually had a website design I wanted to show you. Pete's, I'm kidding, don't blame me. Honestly, if you wanted to show me a website thing, I wouldn't care, right? Like that's, like, I know you at this point. You're not just jumping in at the first 11 minutes of your of following, being like, hey, I have like a thing. Like I love to see your guys' work, right? But someone who just came out of nowhere, yeah, you know. Forget that guy. I'm talking about Pirate J. Get him. So learning ABB. What? Anyway. Oh, I'm leaning ABB. That makes more sense. A, which is explore home world. B, single player. B, shouting out stuff. That's kind of where I'm leaning as well. So yeah, just an overview real quick. These are options. So for the story, either I can just let you run about my homebrew world and kind of just do whatever, or I do a singular mission where it's like you kind of are maybe a little bit more on the rails, or also, as far as character, we can either have multiple characters where chat kind of controls multiple people, but I feel like that is going to get really confusing about, like, you have to say who you're controlling, what you're doing. I think that gets kind of weird. Kind of does matter how we do this, but it's just going to be, I think multiple characters is probably too time consuming. EBA. Yeah. It'd be craziest plot twist ever if Jay was organizing multiple high quality D&D one shots for us just to scam us $100. That would be pretty crazy. Yeah. Maybe a hybrid to explore the world in a singular mission. It could be you present multiple options of singular missions with your D&D world. And that's kind of how it would work. Like I'd basically go like this. I would go, maybe I wouldn't give you every option, right? There might be some missions that probably aren't worth showing you, but essentially I would be like, the way the world works. I think that context probably matters, right? I would go like, okay, you're an adventurer. You're, you know, I don't know, medium ranked adventurer, and you show up at the guild hall. You're in search of a mission, and then like it's like you can go, like you're standing in front of the mission board looking at the whatever. I give like a overview on the world, right? Quiet, you ruined my plan. And then you basically get to pick a mission. You could explore the guild hall, do whatever you want there, and then go out on the mission, and then you know, you get to see, you know, the world map, and I'd be like, okay, you head over here, and then you like whatever, right? Maybe some of like the more personal missions, like there's certain ones that were for like specific characters where they're like, yeah, I wanted to go to this house because it's like my dad's house, you know, or whatever, right? I don't think I would give those missions out, but yeah, you basically the way my campaign works is you're at the guild hall. I kind of explained this to Tuna already, but I'll explain one more time. Basically, this is the world of the Calamity. You can kind of see. Let me pull up Photoshop instead. It's gonna be better. Because I think giving you options is going to be more fun for a chat-based experience than kind of trying to keep you on the rails, you know? Especially because I feel like multiple people controlling one character is going to get very chaotic. So you'll see this sort of purple aura here. That is where the Order Stone protects. This is basically the whole entire world is, I guess more like a pink, but the whole world is basically corrupted with chaotic magic. If you go outside of here, you're likely to transform into something weird. You know, you might turn into a chicken, you might explode, you might, you know, whatever, random stuff. Basically wild magic, right? I call it chaotic magic, but whatever, here we are. So everything inside the zone is safe. What the Order Stone does is it protects you, but you also can take pieces of it. Like if you're an adventurer, they give you small pieces of it to go out in the world and you know, oh yeah, there's their motto: protect, rescue, provide, restore. Protect, provide, rescue, restore, I guess is the thing. So that's the Adventurers Guild motto. So you're basically trying to protect the land, rescue who you can, provide for the people who are there, and ideally restore the world. But there you go. But yeah, basically you go out on different adventures and find stuff. There's probably, again, some missions I wouldn't let you do. And some are probably better than others, but I think just giving you the option to like go around and explore is going to be more fun for, like I said, for like a chat-based adventure than being like, I think the larger decisions are going to be more fun than like a lot of the macro ones, maybe. I don't know. Well, maybe that's not true. It's kind of hard to say. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to work out. So I almost feel like just letting it be sort of free flowing is going to be like one of the more fun things to do, right? Kind of just give you as many options as possible and then kind of narrow it down to a focus. I don't know. But I think kind of just opening it up to you guys to do whatever will probably lead to the best sort of most fun results, I think. Because I'm definitely leaning toward I'm with Tuna, I think. ABB. Polls are cool, but the problem is it's going to take so long to do anything. Basically, if we do polls, it'll either be like I have to do predetermined results for you. So it's like, okay, you enter the room. Do you want to attack? Do you want to search? Do you want to sit down, right? And so that's kind of like, that's one option. Or it's like everyone shouts stuff out and then I run a poll based on what you guys said, right? That's kind of my worry about that. I don't want it to feel like I really don't want it to feel like a choose your own adventure where it's just like you have specific options for any room you go into, because that doesn't feel like D&D to me. You want to go deeper into the actual details of what you're planning, or would you rather leave it a surprise? Because the world seems really cool, so I can't wait. Yeah, I mean, I'd literally just honestly, I'd put you in and I'd be like, I think we'd probably have 2 sessions. One, you guys create a character together. We can't eat brains. What's the point? I mean, you could eat brains if you want. I think like this, in a sense, is either best one or like a group consensus, right? If someone goes like, I want to do this, and then other people are like, oh yeah, that would be cool, right? That would be ideal if people could say something and people basically verbally vote, right? It's like, yes, do that. And I might even do that. It's like, oh, this one's like, this option's interesting and this option's interesting. Which ones do you guys want? 1 or 2? Right? I can do that. So not like actual polls, but that kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's I kind of just drop you in the world and you could interact with any of the characters, right? Like because I wouldn't mind explaining details of what I'm planning, but if the plan is just to put you in the world and let you kind of do what you want, then I don't know if I can really, there's much I can share. Like I could start talking about characters and stuff like that, but I basically, you know, give you a setup. Oh, okay, yeah. So here's how it, like here's how I imagine. Let's just go to the next page. Here's how I'd imagine like the thing would work out. We'd probably have a quote unquote session 0, right? Which is basically just going to be character creation. I was thinking it would be fun to either like to have like, this might be like a group poll sort of thing, right? Like, or maybe each chatter who joins during the thing gets to like give the character a trait. Like character creation chat makes a character together. And then we could always come back to this too if it is fun, right? If it works out, we could do multiple sessions, but King Braze's ultimate power move. It is indeed. I don't know if I already read that. I read it out in my brain, but I didn't say it. And session 1 is just like, the way it would work out is probably an intro to the world and your character. It should just be bullet points. Making a character sounds together sounds great. I can make a Frankenstein monster type creature. I mean, basically will be kind of like that, just because of the nature of everyone kind of adding an element, I think. Right? Either it's like everyone adds one adds an element, or like adds a element's kind of the wrong word. It's the right word, but I don't want people to get confused with whatever element. And can't spell for the sake of my life. Everyone adds an element to the character, or it's like we vote on character options. Maybe 2 is better. We just like everyone kind of votes on what type of class we pick, and then we kind of just go through and add character options, because I don't know, we'll see. You want to draw the character so it's even more ridiculous? We might do that first. We could maybe do that if we dedicate one stream to that, right? I wouldn't mind doing that, but at the same time, it's also a lot of work. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, if we draw it like an AE style thing, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Maybe it becomes a card, you know? We can maybe draw it. That could be fun for session 0. An option. Yeah, AE style. Yeah. It's still a lot of work, right? Like an AE character can take like between 3 and 9 hours. Well, the character itself usually only takes 3. But like a whole card would be whatever. It could be interesting though, because we would make a D&D character and then depending on what they kind of look like, they could end up being an AE card, which would be kind of fun. We kind of multitask there. Session 1 is the introduction of the character into the world. You would pick your mission. Well, actually, probably explore the guild hall. Pick a mission. And then just go on the mission. Well, I guess pick a mission is kind of part of exploring the guild hall, honestly, because there's a mission board. And then go out into the world. At this point, like, it starts structured and then would go very not structured. Hopefully, like, you beat the mission. And wrap up. I guess this is kind of one point. You can make it a special non-playable card where the effects thank you for love and support. Because I promise this thing will look ridiculous as long as I'm involved. Yeah, I mean, who knows? It could still be something that's doable. I mean, it depends on like how much who knows? We could see, right? Ridiculous is okay sometimes. I mean, it'll probably be within like, honestly, I think rather than everyone adds an element, maybe this is something like people can add, like maybe people can add like an item, but I think we probably vote on character options, right? So like we start with this is kind of an and, you know? I always forget how to do this. Why is it always... Oh, I guess I can just hit this button, right? I can just do this, and then that button. There we go. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think that's kind of the structure, which kind of makes me want to do... The more I think about it, the more I feel like this is the play. Maybe we can do setting up commands later, but if we don't want this to like take forever to do, like I think it'd be cool to do this like next Wednesday or something, you know? Because Wednesday's usually our most attended day. Like Monday or Wednesday. A single character, because multiple characters is just gonna be too complicated, and I think letting you pick what missions. I'll have to read over my own notes, but I really want to add this character, or really only thing I want to add to this character is bodyguard and stitches, where every patch is a different shade of rotten green, black, mohawk. Yeah, I can see it. I could see it. Jonah, you seem to be a big fan of the Frankenstein slash you know, golem slash homunculus thing. Mostly an observation, not a whatever. Hear me out. A beast tamer could be, which is basically a ranger. Is the class right for D&D? Could be a ranger. Speaking of Frankenstein, I just watched a new movie last night. It was really good. Watched the new movie. I didn't know there was a new Frankenstein. I have a group of OCs called Virtuveins? I don't know. Who's literally just that. I see. There you go. I've obviously never mentioned that before. Yeah. Big has never talked about any sort of animal pet class ever. It looks so good. I need to watch it soon. I say I had no idea. How you doing today, Fig? How's life? We're talking about D&D. Our chat does D&D thing. I think I've kind of narrowed it down. As long as everyone kind of thinks that's fine. I mean, obviously, like, some of these options are... I kind of, like, presented these options and then said, I kind of want to do these. I'm very leaning toward ones already. Unless people had, like, a big, you know, what's it called? Here, stream your roles. It's not so much like, but like I didn't need to like present it as like, here's the options and this is the options we're picking, you know? But it's mostly what I'm thinking would run the smoothest with our current size. Because like running polls, I don't think is necessary if we have like 3 people show up, you know? Right? Like that's just taking a lot of time to like write stuff out, and then I'm notoriously a slow typer. I would love to play D&D with a group of people who are fun and, you know, friendly. Indeed, Fig, indeed. Some people are not good at that. I've been a fan of the main character since Moon Knight because his performance is seriously impressive. Oh, nice, nice, nice. A very recommended. Oh, I missed some of this. I missed a bunch. How did I miss so much? It's on Netflix. Recommend. It'll kill 2.5 hours. Nice. Oh, man. Oh, the Da Vinci. Okay, good. Gotcha. The guy with 6 arms and legs. Yeah. I gotcha. But yeah, I think this is the play. I think this is what we're gonna do. Like I said, we could how much of a heads up do I need to give for this? You know, that's a good, like, I'm trying to think. Because I'd like to do character creation. Like, I'd have to announce character creation and then do the D&D. Like, then do the session, right? I could probably just be like, let's do, like, character creation Monday and the game Wednesday. But I don't know if that's, like, enough of a heads up. Like, I know most of you guys are here, you know, when you can be, and it's like, I guess it's more of a special event thing, though. I don't know. I think that's how I would do it, though, is Monday would be one day, and then I guess giving myself some time set up. Maybe I could give it one more week. But I think this is how to do it. I just need to brush up on my own stuff. Because it's been a while since I played my own D&D campaign. And, like, I'd have to, like, maybe make sure I have, like, the assets prepared. Like, if there's creatures and stuff. How that's all gonna work. I'll probably just do it in Photoshop and I'll just like drag and drop a character and go, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I think that's it for D&D talk. I guess last thing, I'll just go over it once, right? So the story, I would probably just let you go through my homebrew world, I think it's going to be best because it lets you kind of not feel railroaded, right? It makes you feel like you can go do whatever. Because if I put you on a singular mission, I feel like it's like, I don't want you to feel like you're on rails. That's my biggest worry. And I think that's probably one of the most fun parts. Obviously, having a cohesive end to the story might be cooler, but I think I can work you toward that regardless, right? So yeah. A single character, so you all control one character, which I think is going to be much less like if it was controlling multiple characters, I think it'd get too confusing, and controlling a single character I think makes it I don't know, it'll be kind of funnier and also like kind of feel you know, more I don't know, it'll just be easier, right? I don't have to manage a bunch of things. Visual Arc double shifts my, so if you record it and upload it, I could catch it then. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much always posted on YouTube. They're all my VODs are posted on YouTube. I would go over the character anyway, and I'd probably post the character sheet in the Discord anyway, so, you know. Everyone would shout stuff out. I pick the best one or consensus, right? If like people are being like, oh, we attack. Oh yeah, we attack. Yeah, woo, let's kill him. And it's like, okay, then everyone, that's consensus. Let's do that, right? So that's how that would work. Character creation. We basically, yeah, we'll just do it together. We vote on what options to pick for a character, and then maybe at the end we could add like, each person could add like some flair to the character itself, either through actual like items. You could like maybe ask if you could add an item to the character, and I can like look up and make sure it's not too OP. You know, like a low level magic item or something like that. You guys can have. And then maybe we draw the character. Then after that's done, we would go into our like the next stream. We would go into session 1 where I would introduce the character in the world. You explore the guild hall, you pick a mission, you go out into the world, and hopefully you beat that mission and kill the big bad or whatever it may be. Probably, well, who knows? Some of these are like puzzles and stuff too, so yeah, I think that's how it would work. Thoughts? Disagree? Agreed? Should watch Luke the Notable video to give you ideas on how to go about it. Like one of his D&D videos. I will pull that up. Do I know? It sounds familiar. Oh god. Okay, I will look into that. Luke the Notable. What a good name. Okay. Imagine we do so well you permanently add a statue of the character to the world. I mean, that was kind of the premise of the world itself, was to like, you'd kind of be there and the world would kind of evolve around you, even if you didn't participate in the whatever mission it might be. You'd like notice things happen even if no one like from one session to the next was involved in it. Like, so hey, this thing happened, like your compatriots did this. It's like, oh, okay, like you're a separate set of characters. It's kind of interesting. The very scuffed adventure things on Google Slides. It's not always a D&D format, but some of them are really great. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of how this is gonna play out. So we'll see how it goes. We shall give it a shot. Yeah. I think that'll work. So maybe I plan for Wednesday the 26th of this month. And then like Monday the 24th. And then that way it gives me a little bit of time to make sure I have everything prepped for it. Like I read through my notes, it gives me a week, and it gives you guys a week to like know that it's there and maybe free your schedule if you really, really want to do that, you know? And yeah, Monday the 24th, we'd make the character, something like that. That would be my thought. But okay, we're done with that. What do we do next? There's a few other things I wanted to talk about. We have to discuss the recent playtests, and then kind of like go into some like card tweaks. Make an announcement on Discord to make it official if we do it then. That's kind of my thought, right? That's kind of the idea of giving it like an extra week as well, is that like it gives you time to like know the event is coming up, right? But yeah, we need to talk about the play tests we did. I think they turned out really well. I'm actually really, really happy with where Armies is kind of at right now. It's feeling really good. But yeah, we definitely, I want to talk about that. We got to finish the mechanics on the king card. And then what else? Yeah, probably do some card tweaks based on that. I don't know if we want to do that today necessarily, but there might be some tweaks, or if we like maybe we I don't know, we'll have to figure that out. And then there's a smidge of talk about Blight of Blackridge I was thinking of talking about. It's honestly not even really it'd just mostly be a discussion thing. I think that's it. My goal is to not be too existential today and talk about all my problems. So yeah, let me actually make a note of oh, this whatever. This notebook has like somehow got like grease all over it, and it's annoying. We need to make an D&D announcement. I could like do a vote on what day we do it, but I feel like we already I have enough of an idea of what you guys would choose, or like what days are the most active for you guys. So I think just Wednesday is the way to go. Maybe I'll look through my analytics one more time and see what stream days are the most popular, but it's either Monday or Wednesday, because I guess we could do it on a weekend. But I think we did the art stream. Maybe I don't remember, but here we are. Like a Saturday morning we could do something too, but who knows. I'm kind of stalling here because we got an ad in a minute and I don't know what to move to next, but let's D&D or chat does D&D. All right, we got that there. Yeah. Anyone have any thoughts on what we should work on next? Like I said, we could do, I think discussing the playtest is probably good. Also finishing the king card, one of those two. I guess if Tuna, if you're still here, it might make sense to finish your card, right? while you're still online. There was one thing I wanted to do art-wise. the card. Where do we put it? God. We have to do a mini Easter egg here. Gotta head out, but it was nice to pop in stream. I'll catch you guys later. All right, Ira, appreciate you being here. Good to see you as always. Have a great rest of your day. I don't know why I'm whipping out my art pad just for this, but felt right. We need a better spot to put this on. Okay, part of it's I need to make sure it's on a good new layer. Read it. We're working on the microscopic level here. Suppose it is an Easter egg. Now, where do we hide it? I think right there. Does it even look like it says tuna? Past the pixel layer. Right. I figure it'd be fun to do this like how Toots' card. It's not really Toots' card, but I did. He was like, "Yeah, put an Easter egg," and then I put his name very, very small. Every time I want to ask someone, I get calls, so I have to ask. We're giving you a little Easter egg here, Tuna. We're about to hit an ad though, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna go. I guess we do a lower. I'll do. It's like the card that says 2 on it. There you go, Tuna. Microscopically hidden into the card. In fact, do you have a plan for this? Also, I'm honored. That's actually the next thing we need to discuss. However, we're in an ad, so we're gonna take a 3-minute break, and then we'll be back in. Well, we'll be back in 3 minutes, and then we'll be back for an entire hour. So, I'll be right back, and we'll talk about that.
The 20-sided die, or D20, has been the staple of the role-playing game genre for almost as long as it's existed. Despite that, I decided I'm going to retire it from my game, in favor of using a D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12. Why is that? Well, in this devlog, I'm going to be talking in depth on this decision, and you can tell me whether I'm a crazy person or not. Hi, I'm Nathan, and this is my sci-fi deck builder role-playing game called Soul. Now, in order to talk about these changes, first I have to talk about the changes that were made to my core stat system. And the truth is, it's a pretty big change. Originally, the core stats in my game were strength, agility, endurance, and intelligence. These were fine, but I decided I wanted some more diversity in these stats. Because of that, they are now going to be strength, finesse, agility, willpower, intelligence, and charisma. There is also another factor for these changes. This reason being, the previous versions of the game, dice rolls were completely unaffected by a character's stat level, with few exceptions. But what do I mean by that? Well, for the uninitiated, a player at a role-playing game, when they want to perform an action, will typically roll a dice. After rolling that dice, they will add a relevant modifier to that roll. These are typically listed on a character's character sheet and relating to a player's core stats. Then, this number would be compared to a specified number to judge the results. If the player beats the specified number, they succeed, and if it's lower, then they fail. Soul didn't have this, meaning if a character wanted to do something, their stats would typically have no direct bearing on the results. This was unfortunate because it hindered any character diversity. No character was better or worse at performing actions than another. This was partly by design with our trait system, which I go into in a previous video, which you can check out here if you're curious. In brief summary, these were cards that gave bonuses based on your stat level. The higher your stats, the better bonuses you had access to. Well, some traits gave you bonuses that you could add to your roll, like success rates for performing a ranged attack. These bonuses generally were very specific and mutually exclusive to other more powerful traits that added utility to your character instead. If you've ever played Dungeons & Dragons, this is similar to the optional feat rule with ability score improvement. Essentially, you could either gain a stat bonus or new ability. I don't know about you, but I've always found it somewhat unfun, as the feat usually was always cooler and gave you something new to your character. Well, the stat bonus was generally much better, but entirely less interesting. But what's my point? Well, calm down, I'm getting to it. My point is that I still want to have a trait system for interesting character improvements, but I also want to have each role a player makes be based on their core stats, without having to decide between one and the other. I want something much more like D&D's core stat mechanics, where a player can add modifiers to their dice. And because I want this sort of stat system, it also requires some more stats to make it feel more complete. Yes, it's true, other systems accomplish the same thing with even fewer stats, but I felt like the new stats helped to create a right balance I was looking for and remaining somewhat relevant to all characters. So let's talk about these new stats and what they actually mean and are associated with. Strength remains relatively the same, helping with actions related to physical prowess, such as melee attacks. The old agility's functions were split between the new agility and finesse. The new agility primarily relates to a character's speed, such as movement distance and evasion. This stat also will help with stuff like sneaking and stealth. Finesse, on the other hand, takes all of the range accuracy that agility used to have, along with expanding on that idea, allowing for any weapon or healing tool to be more accurate as well. This stat essentially being your ability to perform actions precisely. Willpower has two applications. It is both your capability to perform powerful abilities and your ability to resist taking damage. Basically, your force of will you exert on the universe. Intelligence is more or less the same as it was, generally relating to using abilities and healing power. This will likely also encompass as a character's sense as well, such as perception or awareness. Not sure it 100% fits, but not really sure where else this kind of skill would go. Anyway. And lastly, charisma, which is a new concept for Soul, but one that I definitely think is needed. This will be used for persuasion-based abilities along with deception and performances. So I have my new stats, but how does that relate to the changes with dice? Well, part of Soul's design philosophy is to remove as much math as possible, helping to remove distractions and allowing for better roleplay and more interesting combat. So with this change, I'm doing just that, removing math. Like adding. Which, yeah, it's simple, but why have it at all if you don't have to? Let's compare this to D&D again. A player, when performing an action, will roll a dice, then look through their character sheet and find all relevant modifiers to add to the roll. My thought is, rather than having these numbers that you add to your dice, the dice have the modifiers directly built into them. So how am I going to achieve that? Well, the nice part about the D4, D6, D8, D10, and D12 is you might notice that they increase by an increment of 2 each time, which means we can actually just use these dice as a modifier themselves. A character with a lower modifier might have something like a D4. Conversely, someone with a higher stat might use something like a D12. Unfortunately, this system isn't actually going to be enough on its own. This is because of the other crucial component in these sorts of games, a number the player needs to beat. This is usually a fixed number or something determined by the game master. For instance, say a character wants to climb up a wall. We'll use Dungeons and Dragons for this example as well. The game master may determine that the player needs to roll a 16 in order to climb up this wall. Then the player will roll a 20-sided die and add their strength modifier to see if their number beats this 16. Now, a 16 is pretty high up there, indicating a high challenge level, so let's pretend the game master sets the difficulty to an 8 on my system. An achievable number by most dice, but not all of them. Let's say our player has a D4 or D6 for strength. This task would be completely impossible, which in some senses could be interesting, but I think likely would end up making many situations unfun.
I think it could give an effect where it has to get hit to give everyone else a unit. That's kind of interesting. So like if it gets hit, all their heroes gain a unit. That's cool, but doesn't really work with altruism, really. So altruism should be tanking the hit. I did kind of like the idea of like it allowing to split damage. I thought that was kind of interesting. An interesting concept, you know, because that could be really useful for altruism. I also think it could be cool to be like, I know we started talking about it last time, but being like the card that works as the co-op card, you know. I feel like every card should have like, or every deck should have a co-op card, meaning it specifically interacts with the other player. And we started talking about this, and there's a way I wanted to like kind of discuss this as a thing. It could work because it could technically be that the card still gets hit, but altruism takes the damage, but that might be too counterintuitive. Well, that's the thing. Like, the idea would be like, if altruism doesn't have a ton of units on it, then that card could get hit, and then altruism could take the rest, you know, splitting the damage or something like that. Or one thing we don't play around with enough is that sometimes powerful cards can be heroes, like kind of like structure level powers on heroes, because heroes are the things that are attacked first. Structures usually have more power because they take more setup to get placed. But heroes could also have a large amount of power because they are the first things to get attacked. So that could, you know, be one of the things. However, let's talk about this real quick. Let me cook for a second. Not like I think I started writing it in here. In my just like area where I just vomit out card ideas. Okay, yeah. So each deck seems like it has a card that shares something. For instance, you know, library sharing cards, right? And that's in the Magic deck. You can like pass other people your cards, which works really well because you're drawing lots of cards, right? So you can share some of your cards with your ally. You know, trading post lets you share units. Bridge lets you share your blue effects, right? So what are other ones we could do with the altruism deck, or also other decks as well? Because War and Destruction don't really have something, which I think is a missed opportunity for a starting deck. I think all of them should have some sort of like cooperative anchor to their deck, you know? I feel like I'm almost getting sick. Like I have like my throat is sore and I feel kind of like not feverish, but like kind of like that, like I'm getting a cold feeling, but I don't know if it's just because I'm not drinking enough water or what. Or if I just didn't get enough sleep. Let's talk about all the possible things could share, right? Altruism's kind of one of its own cards, right? It can share damage or take damage, really, right? The other thing to consider is that, like, so I wrote down possible things to share. Triggered effects. So triggered effects should be shared, all the red effects, right? Abilities could be shared. I thought of something like that where it's like whenever an ability is used, the card could use the ability as well. Which actually might work for the king. Well, it would have to be the card itself that does it, which means it's more taking it than sharing it, right? Sharing damage is interesting, where you round up the damage the target takes and round down for the one that shares it. Yeah. I think sharing damage could be interesting. I don't know if it works with... I think this sharing damage works as a altruism ability. I don't know if it works with as a like allied ability, but it works as an allied ability with altruism. Dealing damage can also mean the king gets attacked and he instead passes damage to another card. True. It depends on how we make the ability work, right? Because king could also just, if he's on the board, damage can be split between cards, which can be really powerful in general. They work in any deck because it's busted to redirect damage. Yeah, so probably would have to be stuck on the king specifically, but like if the king gets attacked, you can split half damage with another target or another card, whatever. I also think it would be interesting to talk about like what other things could you share between cards? I don't know if this is that card, but I kind of want to at least discuss it and maybe make it that. Like what's something you could share with your ally? You have humanity, just spam heroes. I mean, so humanity doesn't like, well, deck building doesn't quite work like that right now because you'd only have a set number of heroes per deck. I mean, you could, in theory, make a deck fully of heroes if you didn't follow the current deck building rules, but there's a set per thing, but... I guess it kind of works with altruism, huh? I guess sharing damage between allies is a good one. Let me write out the ability real quick. What if it's like, okay, king. It could literally be, you share anything depending on how you phrase it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like what are our possibilities, right? Like, can you share attacks? Like, I guess you could share a card that attacks, right? But how would you even, you know, because I was thinking a God of War thing would be cool if you could somehow share attacking, but I don't know how that would work, you know? You'd have it when a card gains a unit, an allied card gains a unit. There's sort of that. The windmill kind of works like that. It's like whenever it's whenever your land gains a unit, then your ally gains a unit. But what about the arena being able to be used with allies cards? That's kind of the opposite of, well, maybe. I don't quite like killing your allies cards. It's against my design philosophy. You shouldn't really be able to affect your allies cards. Is kind of like you shouldn't be able to affect your allies cards negatively. Sorry, I want to rephrase that. The thing with altruism is you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to keep alive. So a decent idea is to have a card or two make not choosing to protect less punishing. Yeah. I mean, we could just throw some tank cards in the deck then, if that's the case, right? Like we have 2 tanks already, either the Golem or the Paladin. I don't know. Let me write out this king ability. I think I'm getting a little sidetracked on multiple thoughts here. I think I like the idea of splitting damage though. King, when I'm gonna write out a generic one, like if this is just like an ability that affects every card, and then maybe if it sounds too powerful, we'll tone it back. So when when any hero is attacked, you may now split that damage with another hero. The alternative is when this hero is attacked. Again, the phrasing on this isn't actually, some of it's additional. Sometimes I add like, you may do this. It's like, well, actually, I guess you may is probably an option, but a way to say it. But not gonna lie, 100% forgot about the stream. Tebow, how dare you? You are now banished to watch this stream. Haha. Doesn't make sense. Anyway, Tebow, I'm glad you're here. I feel like it's been a while. But you've rarely ever need to protect Paladin, so it's a bit weird in that regard. Yeah, that's the thing. Paladin kind of like counteracts your god. Makes your god not really worthwhile. I forgot I have 15k now. Time for a doodle. If you want one, we can pivot. We technically do need to finish this ability so this card is done, so Tuna's Redeem is done, but the art is really the redeem, and then the card itself, I think like the effect is more of the oh, I kind of like these effects. What do you think of this, Tuna? If you absolutely hate it, I won't do it, but I think if it sounds cool, then we'll go with that. I think that's like a powerful enough ability that you, the only weird part is, give us ideas for the effect, please. Don't want to interrupt your plan. I like it. Let's try it. Okay. The only thing should it be with the specific hero, or should it be with Should it be the king or should it be all heroes? So the interesting thing about... Wait, when any hero is attacking, you may now split the damage with another hero. I guess if you had 2 kings, then you could split the damage 3 ways. Is that how that would work? You can always rework later and go more experimental. Yeah, it's been what I've been liking trying lately. Like the what's it called? What's the thing called? Hollowed Ground kind of like completely broke the game, but it was fun. You know? So that will have to be kind of reworked, but another idea, well, for the king, like when he's attacked, his units are equal to all heroes' units, then all heroes lose 1, something like that. Interesting. Yeah, like damage is split between all heroes. The way this is written, any hero's attack, so splitting the damage counts as an attack then, maybe? Oh, yeah. When the king gets attacked, because if it's when any hero gets attacked, then then you have paladin split damage with something, you get cleric, and then it's unkillable. Yeah. When this hero is attacked, you may now split the damage with another hero. The thing is, the nice part about that is like, it makes the king a tank that works with altruism, right? So if the king gets attacked, it takes half damage and altruism takes the other half if you need to, right? So it's like altruism can save the hero. It's pretty good. We'll go with that. When this hero is attacked, you may choose to split that damage with another hero. Because technically, even though it says hero, you can split it with your god, right? Because altruism. The king is a bit selfish with its effect, though. He sacrifices others for himself. Classic royalty. Yeah, it's kind of a bit, yeah. Definitely selfish. Or maybe it's more like it's a group thing, right? They're all working together. And if he gets hurt, everyone gets hurt, you know? If he loses, we all lose. I don't know. I'm just saying things. Anyway, let's throw him in, and then Tebow, if you want to do your redeem, we can do that. Yeah, sorry, your idea, Adonis, that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, like on all heroes units, then all heroes lose 1 unit. Yeah, so it's like if you basically split damage, you can split one unit of damage to each hero, which is kind of interesting. I think this works better for altruism, which is kind of cool, but then you block all damage from king like this. I mean, you could block all damage with altruism, but you can only block half if you don't tank all of it, right? Like the king is kind of, we might actually even give the king 1 unit, Jen, I think might be interesting. Gotta go for about 30 minutes. Okay, we'll figure it out then later if you want to do it. So I mean, yeah, so the idea is like the king kind of works as like a secondary tank, right? You pass half to another hero, and God can tank the other half. Oh yeah, you can technically not take any damage on your king. Yeah. I like that. That's kind of interesting. 1 unit gen and it can attack. Yeah, probably. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I get it now. Yeah. You can split the damage to someone else, and then the god tanks your king's damage. I see what you're getting at. Yeah. That's cool. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's... Actually, it probably doesn't need it. The only thing is, like, having tanks have unit gen is kind of nice, because then you don't have to, like, think about it too much, you know? Because it is now a tank card for sure. Oops. Is this a triggered effect? No, I think this is a base effect. It's not a triggered effect. Feels kind of like a triggered effect, but... Tank on a horse is bad. Oh, tank on a horse. I see. King. What's the king's official title? Blank king, right? Something of the king variety. What we think about that, like, resplendent king, you know, like, we need a word. I don't swear often, gotta keep it impactful when I do. There you go. Fearless king, to keep it simple. Kind of like that. It almost feels like the opposite with his effect, but other people are just jumping in front of him. Leading the charge so it would fit. Yeah. King is only as strong as people. Yeah, I think it works. Fearless King's good. I like that. And then I just need I need to upload the art. I'm in the wrong spot. Well, we'll wait for Tebow to get back to redeem his art, if he so chooses to do that. We can talk about how the playtests went, I think. Stout-hearted? Doesn't stout mean like short? Stout. Or the alcohol. So, oh, like strong, heavy build. Gotcha. Indomitable. Indomitable is pretty sick. I think Indomitable sounds much cooler. Yeah, I like that. That's a cool word. Okay, I like that. You've won me over with Indomitable. I spelled that right? Yes. Imagine your title being the Indomitable King. Kind of badass. Anyway, I'm a fan. Art. Okay, I need to re-export this file. Export PNG. King. Replace. I don't know why my notifications are so loud. Oh, you know what? It's probably because my system sounds are louder than they should be. Maybe, I don't know. Let's go down the list. Saw Indomitable. Those saying this is definitely it. Yeah, that's a good one. It does feel like the first card that is like specifically referencing a character. you know? But maybe there were multiple Indomitable Kings. Also, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. He's also Indomitable because there's nothing he won't do to win. Yeah. Indeed. It is all for the sake of the world. Okay. Okay, king. Okay, I have to do the thing to make it work before I try to do the thing, you know? I always forget to do this when I'm doing this. There we go. You know, I should do this now that you have beta access, Tuna. You gotta be more on top of making sure this is active. I guess Maximus also has beta access, but we also have the Assassin. These two cards are not currently in Tabletop Simulator. I also don't think these two are. We're getting close to like maybe having a reasonable deck, but if I export components, just player cards, and I hit export, in theory, all that gets updated in Tabletop Simulator. The card I made in my honor, being a tank, is incredibly fitting. Holy moly. I don't think I can do anything regarding the beta because I only have a phone. Ah, rip. Well, if you want, Tuna, I can send you like the cards themselves if you want, like a PDF. If you want it in any sort of other format of the beta cards, I can send them to you. Obviously within like reason, right? Like I won't do it like every week. It's like, oh, we have a new card, here you go. You know, it's like, but if you want me to send them in like a printable format, let me know. If you want to do something like that. Or if you want me to specifically send you this card, which I probably will do anyway. In fact, I'll do it right now. Because it is your card. Who knows if that's exactly how it's going to finish. When this hero is attacked, you may choose to split damage with another hero. I kind of don't like exactly how that's... When this hero is attacked, you may choose to split that damage with another hero. There's probably like a better way to format this. I think they actually added it so there's like new ways to split or like to effect, no, base effect box. Like we can play around with the word spacing. Like that looks nicer, right? Actually, you know, screw it. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. I was about to do a higher DPI, but it doesn't matter because the image is only 300 DPI anyway. So, there we go. Have we messaged on this before, Tuna? Probably not. Oh yeah, we have. I feel like we have. Oh no, we're just, yeah, there we go. Okay. There's the art. And hold. And there's the finish card. If I end up tweaking stuff, I'll send you the updated version. But I'll have copies of my favorites just so I can create a folder of them to look at, or to look at folder and can look at them. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely do that. Just honestly, just Discord me what ones you'd want, or if you just want all of them, and I could just send you images of all of them. Who are you? Why are you sending this to me? What is this? You actually got me for like a quarter of a second. I'm like, oh, beep. Did I do this wrong? Are you trying to solicit art from me? Anyway. Okay, let's we got that done. So the king's in now. What a troll that guy Tuna indeed. Let's talk about the playtests a little bit. Both with Toot and with Hellfire. For one, I think it'd be good to just talk about it from like a content standpoint. I know I can't interact with you as much. Like I can't interact with chat as much because like we're talking, and I feel like I missed a lot of your guys' things. But even despite that, was that still interesting, or was it like, oh man, I wish I could have had my things read more. You know, that's kind of what I wonder. And part of me wonders if it'd be interesting to do, because like one of the thing Hellfire was suggesting is doing like like have people help with card design, like they come on and we create a card together or something, or just talk game design, right? I think that might be better for like keeping the standard amount of like audience interaction along with still doing similar content to what I'm doing. I don't know. We love to see you branch out. I mostly commented to boost up engagement. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate it for sure. I sometimes I worry that it's like I'm not saying enough or like answering enough of the questions and stuff like that, or I miss something. But at the same time, like, it's like when you have like someone over at your house, you're not going to be talking to someone on your computer, you know? It's that sort of feeling. It's like, IRL engagements are always more pressing than your online ones. Which is kind of how that felt, right? But yeah. Okay, well, good to know it's not too you appreciate content. I think I had a lot of fun. I thought it was fun just like hanging out with them too and playing the game. I think they really liked it, both of them, both Toot and Hellfire. I think I think the game is at a point where it's like, I love that you try to keep up with us, but I don't expect it from you. Your content is great either way, dude. Thank you, Tuna. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's important to just like, if I'm streaming, like I feel like part of it is the audience interaction. So I like to try to keep that a focus, but like, you know, there's only so much you can do sometimes, you know. But yeah, no, I think Armies is at a point where it's like, I think, well, first of all, I think everyone who's playtested and suggested that I do the pre-made decks, thank you, right? Because I think I think it was a very excellent choice. You're welcome. Mostly because I still think like the random deck does have some like interesting idea of like replayability. I keep liking to reference it like akin to a roguelike, but having a pre-built deck definitely makes it feel like you always get some sort of like player fantasy, like power fantasy, right? Gives directions to the game mechanics, sort of. Yeah, it's like you always get run into that, like you always get to feel the power of your cards together, right? Because sometimes it just wouldn't come together when you're drawing random cards, and now it usually feels like you get at least like one of the sort of stuff of your cards. Okay, hi. Had to help my dad with his website. No worries, dude. We're just yapping now, so if you want to do art, feel free. We're just talking about the can't wait for Altruism to get a deck and get play tested. Yeah, I think we're getting close. I mean, we already have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards of the deck, so that's, you know, that's not too shabby. Adam. Do you want Adam as a little guy? Is that you want like a? Because I think that'd be fun. Our first cubular Adam guy. Sure, add me to the pile. To the pile. Tot the pile. All right. The stack. All right, I'm excited. Another one for the stack. I know, I'm just being... Sometimes you just gotta own the typos, you know? Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow. Again, as per always, we use Turnip King as a base. Your dad named Daenerys by any chance? What? Oh, you weren't here earlier. There is someone who is like trying to solicit website stuff, or like whatever. They're just trying to promote themselves here. Yeah. Doesn't even know what Twitch is. There you go. Oh, I'm like, why does something feel wrong here? I'm like, all right, I don't have my art pad in front of me. My drawing pad. Drawing. My dad. Yeah. I wonder how many like people get work from just going into streams and like asking if they need stuff. I wonder what the percentage like work rate, like what the ratio of that working is, because there's so many of those people. Especially like on Discord. Like if you have like any sort of like social media presence, there's people on Discord who will just like reach out to you and be like, hey, do you need art? You can commission me. There are also streamers who feel bad turning people away, so it's a tricky thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the annoying part, is like a lot of that feels like it's just obligation that people keep those people around. I used to feel worse about it, and now I'm kind of just over it, you know? I'm like, don't waste my time. Because that's all you're here to do. And it's like again, if it feels weird, it is weird. Honestly, I think my whole roommate situation thing kind of changed that. Trust your gut. That's my biggest advice for you guys. Always trust your gut. Not always, but you know, most of the time you should. You're over because you always have the best community ever. I mean, pretty much, right? Like, there is kind of like the thing, like if you're not growing, you're shrinking. So like technically we do need to keep gaining new people in a way. But because it's inevitable that some of y'all are just gonna fall off. Not like just eventually, right? Eventually you might have other things going on in your life. And you're like, I can't. But like technically you need to keep growing. Otherwise you know, whatever, you won't be getting new people. But yeah, we already have some excellent people here, so I also don't feel obligated to keep people around who suck. You know, we're getting the key elements of the little guy style in here, which are the eyes and the legs. Although I guess it's not necessarily key. We have stuff that breaks the mold, but it's okay to have both. We keep the key elements where we can. All right, and then we just do a sketch. I don't even know why. I'm kind of doing this all sorts of backwards. That's okay. Cube man. You know what? As wild as it sounds, I'm gonna go look at a reference. I need to look at Adam. Yeah, I'll get a gasp job and I won't be able to watch nearly as much. Honestly, I'm probably also gonna have to get a job. So who knows what my stream schedule is gonna look like if that happens. The Tebow verse. As much as I want to deny it, probably won't be active here, so it's just wrestle YouTube forever. But again, I'd like myself in like 5 years to be proved wrong. Yeah, honestly, I mean, like, that's how I am with a lot of stuff. Like, I'll be into something and then eventually I won't be anymore. Like, I used to watch Good Mythical Morning every morning when I was in college, and I haven't watched them like really since. I still think they're cool. They're it's good clean fun. Okay, the legs are in the wrong spot now, but we're gonna rework that. Don't you worry. But like, I don't watch it anymore, right? There's streamers that I used to watch that I kind of like don't watch anymore. Sometimes that's just because, like, sadly they've gotten like too big to really interact with you, you know? Which is kind of sad. But like, you don't get that sort of same sort of like feeling you do from people like that. I don't know. Or like once people get too big. So like, there's a lot of reasons to like eventually fall off of watching something, right? It's just not interesting to you anymore. You're bored. You're oversaturated with it. They've gotten too big. They don't react to you anymore. You know, they've changed their content. Which is never something like you even blame them for, but it can just happen, you know? I used to watch devlogs a lot, but haven't really done that in a while. But your streams have become a big part of my routine by now, that I watch once per week at least, because there's just some content creators never stop watching. Yeah, for sure. That's true too. I mean, there's even like some people I'll watch and then I'll like leave, and then I'll come back to, you know. Like some people I leave for a while, and then eventually I'm like, oh, I haven't watched them in a while, and I come back. Granted, streamers have been something I haven't really. It's more of a recent thing. We don't need this turn thing in here anymore, I don't think. You know what we could do? Oh wait, I'm on the wrong layer. Actually, let's just do this one. But yeah. Yeah, people go through phases. Exactly, done this. What if instead of circle eyes, we did square eyes? What do we think of that? What style? Because I'm trying to blend your style and my style. No, I think the circles still work, because he has circles in the middle of his eyes. I'm trying to blend the two styles here, and it's interesting. I think that. Don't worry, because I'm so cool, people never want to stop interacting with me. No matter how big you'll get, you'll always be praying for old Tuna in the chat. True. So true, Tuna. I sent a reference in stream chat. Well, I'm looking at your just your normal one on whatever, but it's probably the one you. Yeah, I was looking at that one. It's cool how the D&D party is at the top now. Oh yeah. Link J on there now. Oh yeah, yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. I gotta get Ira on there. I feel like I want to draw a little Adam where the head is the body, like little goblin guy. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to, let me look. I can't remember. Oh yeah. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. I had to look at your goblin guy again. I feel like the sense of impending horror doesn't, you know how like Adam kind of looks like he's looking into the middle distance, like something horrible is about to happen. Yeah, Saul, he doesn't have that quite. That's the only thing I feel like I'm missing. Which I know why it is, but I don't want to compromise the style too much. We'll see. You know what? I'm going to do this on a separate layer again, because I'm not convinced the legs should be where they are, but we'll see. You ever wonder why random thoughts just pop into your head? I just remembered like a game I used to play on like just like this. It's like I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a CD with a 1,000 games on it. It was called the 1,000 game disc. Who would have thought? And I just remembered one of the games randomly. And that is my story. It just popped in my head for no reason. Nothing to do with anything. My brain was like, you should remember that. I was like, oh, okay. I bet. Okay, Mr. D&D professionals, the little experience was huge for us newbies. Yo! Bean! What up, dude? Is that a good enough intro? Wow. Honestly, I could have kept going. I just thought it would be annoying at that point. I'm truly blessed. Indeed you are. Welcome in, Bean. Welcome on in. You are... I'm happy you're here, is what I'm trying to say. I realized I have a terrible tangent here. Maybe we do like this. And then like this. Right now we're drawing Tebow, his little guy, in the little guy style. Hello. Deep breath. Hello, Sunny. How are you doing today? That's how you, yeah, I was gonna say, that's, I'm saying the name right? Yeah. That's how you, yeah. Anyway, I'm not my message being checked by mods. Oh, is it? I think it just got deleted. I think it just... Yeah. Hello, Tuna. Hello, Beats. Hello, DDP. Indeed. Hello. Your emotes are everywhere. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're friends here, and we just kind of go across each other's streams. That feels good. I like that. Guys, if you're new here, Beats is goated and he makes it. Oh no, I was trying to about to hit an ad. I was trying to snooze it. Goated and it makes incredible board games. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. Okay, hold on. It was B to the E9XTS. Perfect. I love that. E to the 9. 9th power. We're hitting an ad. Sorry, I tried to pause it, but I couldn't. So we are certainly going to do our ad break. It'll be a 3-minute ad break, and then we'll be back for an hour of content. But you get to watch one of my videos in the meantime. So Beats is true sweetheart. Sunny, it's like, this is like a supernova. Well, we're in an ad, so we're gonna do that.
The
You can watch this
20-sided
video in the
die,
meantime.
or D20, has been the
I think you
staple
got
of the role-playing
skip
game
ad,
genre
right?
for almost as long as it's
We
existed.
already watched this.
Despite that, hey, I'm Beats. Physics
Yeah,
is a
enjoy.
tricky theme
I
to
will be
adapt
back
to a board
in,
game. However, to tackle it, I decided to
2.5
make gravity
minutes.
one of the main sources of movement. At first, I thought of a Tetris-style approach where everything moves downward, but I thought that was kind of dull, so I brainstormed a bit and came up with a space concept. I could use planets and other celestial bodies to manipulate gravity in different directions. That led me to my first major card type, celestial bodies, consisting of planets, moons, asteroids, stars, and black holes. Each one has its own mass, which determines how hard it pulls things, and a directional arrow that tells you which way it pulls. They also have an energy value, which players can use to convert into power. I chose a square format so that they could be used as tiles on the board, and then digitally painted a celestial body for each of them. Up next are player cards, which I called ship components. Not sure it's really fitting anymore, but that's what I called them. They come in 4 flavors. Effectors, which did things like reduce mass or change the direction of gravity. Creators, which spawn additional celestial bodies onto the map. Propulsion systems, which give you extra movement options. And power systems, which grant you power that you can spend on more movement, or the other card types, provided you have enough. To match the sci-fi look, I decided to give these cards a hologram HUD sort of design. I'll admit I borrowed some elements from one of my other projects. Despite that, I highly recommend self-plagiarism. It may seem like cheating, but it's no different than downloading assets, and this way you can have a unique visual identity across all your games. And with that, this is Stellar Shift. At the start, players place their ships and a few celestial bodies on the map. After that is player phase, where players use ship components to move across the board and manipulate celestial bodies. And then comes the shift phase. During shift phase, each celestial body activates, one at a time from left to right, top to bottom, pulling ships based on its mass and direction. If you get pulled into a celestial body, you lose the game. After that comes the next phase, where each player will place a new celestial body somewhere on the board. The cycle then repeats until there's just one pilot left standing. Or flying, I guess. Overall, I think it turned out all right. The games are usually extremely quick, lasting 2 to 3 rounds, which is maybe a little bit too fast, but kind of a refreshing pace compared to my other games, which can last hours. And this game would also be best to be played with a chess clock or something like that to keep it from getting too tedious. If you enjoyed my part of this video, check out my YouTube channel, where I talk board games, card games, tabletop RPGs, and game design as a whole. I was playing Dungeons and Dragons the other day, and by the other day, I mean like a year and a half ago, and my players were in combat with a monster. This was a pretty standard fight, but things ended up getting kind of dicey. No pun intended there. It was kind of intended. I wrote it in the script, but I didn't think, you know, whatever. Let's just get on with the story. Anyway, so one of my players ended up getting knocked unconscious. I'm generally pretty nice to my players, so this was actually a somewhat rare occurrence, which is maybe not how a dungeon master should operate, but I just end up wanting all the characters to be
Tier
friends.
1 sub. Thank you. On.
But yeah, after the player was knocked out, the very next turn, they were quickly healed by another player and back on their feet as if nothing happened.
Art display. Thank you. What the heck and heck? What'd I miss? Juan. Yes, thank you, Sonny. Thank you for the sub. Woo! Yeah. He also makes really good videos. Sonny, there's an example. Tuna just showing me off. Hello, welcome. Look at this cool beats. I'm still in ads. Now you can spread the emoticons everywhere. True. Emotes. I call them emoticons. You know what? Here we are. Heck yeah. Agreed. Tweeting about to J Faceless about this travesty. Yeah, I try to have like ad breaks so you don't miss anything. And then I just play my YouTube videos while those are going. But I do appreciate the sub and the follow. Thank you. I do actually have to say this. Layers I think are fine. Probably. I'm also eating a protein bar with extra peanut butter on it. So like a weirdo. Oh, hi. Hey, you. What you doing up here? Hold on. I shall show. A wild Luna has appeared. On. Hey, you. What are you doing? Hey. Luna's pretty great. I'm a Luna fan for sure. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm not doing very interesting content right now. I've been craving a tuna sandwiches and cold coffee recently because that was one of my rituals years ago. Are you a cannibal? Tuna eating tunas? What about piano? Yeah, I've been eating pianos as well. Eating equals amazing content. Also, I think I missed something you said, Sonny. Let me see. Oh, yeah, very thoughtful. I try to yeah, I just I don't know. It's just nice to not miss the content, right? I always find it really annoying when I'm watching a stream and someone's like talking and then all of a sudden you just miss half of the conversation. You're like, okay, well, kind of takes you out of it. Plus it gets rid of pre-rolls, which means you don't come into the stream and like instantly get bombarded with ads. I have an idea for the eyes. Yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna be it. That's too much though. It just needs to be like he's seen the horrors of he's seen into the void. And it stared back, you know? He's seen all of the horrible things. He's never been right since the war. For reference, we're doing a little guy, which is these little guys. It's a redeem you can get for what, 15k channel points. And we are doing Tebow's character Adam, which is this guy. No pressure, but this will be my profile picture on my section of my school. See? Oh gosh. The old section. I feel it. Yeah, I don't think you should post that in school, Tebow. Sorry, I need to turn off cat cam because she's not there anymore. All right, 1 or 2 more bites and I'm done. Perfect, done. It's a hyper Tebow. Yo!
Runnerbean36 just cheered 100 bits.
What the heck? What the heck and heck? Bean, thank you. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Okay, last bite. I have peanut butter all over my hands. Give me a second.
Sonny Anagrand just cheered 100 bits.
Sonny, what the heck? I keep running away and keep throwing stuff at me. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you, thank you. Why you gotta copy me? You guys are rich. You're my hero. Sorry. Okay. I'm at 10K after redeeming 15K last week. Jeez, how are you getting so much coin? Crazy, Tuna. Sorry to asking in public, but do you have any relation to TiVo, the old recording device? JK, no clue. Yeah, hype train. What the huh? That's wild. Thank you guys. I very much appreciate it. Oh, okay. Bean. Oh no, that was Bean.
36 just cheered 100 bits.
Thank you, Bean. One day you'll get a level 999 hype train. I'd probably not, seeing as the record is what, 104. Thank you, Bean. You spoil me. Okay, we need this open because we need the colors. I guess. Well, we can just copy all the colors. I won't do the colored line art just because I don't think it's part of the style here, but actually, I want this color. I don't know. Ah, what did I do? What have I done? No, Control Shift I E. Oop. I didn't do his face yet. I like how the TTS says bits. I do like how the TTS says certain things. What was a good one? Like a chew, I think was a good one, where it goes a chew, a chew.
Runnerbean 36 just cheered 1 bits.
1 bits. Guys, hear that Dr. Dre is releasing a line of Russian soups. He's calling it Beats by Dre. There you go. A beet soup. Bean, you're insane.
36 just cheered 100 bits.
Yeah, it's bits. Okay, I'm behind. I love beets, so yummy. Honestly, beets are delicious. I am a cannibal. I eat beets. Oh, I hated beets as a kid, but they're so good. Yeah, true. I think the reason I didn't like beets is because like I always had pickled beets, and I kind of just like beets just like roasted or like pan fried with butter, you know? But that didn't work. But it's almost, it's loosen bits. Yeah, it has like a weird extra S in there. Thank you, Bean. Thank you for all the bits. You're not even getting your full money out of the redeem of the bit redeems. You can actually say stuff. You could be like, you just say words, you know? I think it says out the message. Actually, I think maybe not eyebrows. Now that we've done. Thank you for the level 1 hype train, you guys. That was radtacular. Bits.
Bits.
It's still kind of does it. Test complete. You did it. You found the secret.
Test.
Test. There's also that. This is it. I know no toots. I know no toots, only fry. Oh, true. His secret identity. Look how funny he looks. Eyebrows are a later addition, but I don't think they're needed. I don't know. I think he might look funnier without them. He looks more horrified, like he's supposed to. Unless we do like worried eyebrows. The hero comes out of the night to punish evildoers. What?
It's hip to be a square.
It's hip to be a square. It's true. You raised. Push up, sit up. Someone's got to do it if Toot's not here, right? I think eyebrows maybe are good. I kind of like the sideways ones. I kind of like these. It kind of gives him that concerned look, but maybe it like, I don't know.
If I could fly. Sorry, that's been stuck in my head.
If I could fly, if I could fly. I think you're on to something with your song. I think you can do it, Tebow. Here, while I do my push-ups, we're gonna listen to Tebow's song. I don't know if I can actually do this. As long as Tebow's all right with that, of course. Mayhaps. Oh wait, this might get weird. Only spelled. What? Unpaid promotion? Yeah. Uh-oh. Hopefully the redeems aren't ridiculously loud for you or not making any sound. But we're going to listen to Tebow's song real quick. Music stuff. This one. You hear it? Oh, Discord is on. Ah, sorry. Okay. That was probably really loud. I apologize. Do like that. Redeem was a bit loud and stream. Anyway. Where are the vocals? I can't sing. You guys, ideas for vocals? That's the thing. Yeah, Tebow made this. You can check out he's got a whole like thread on my Discord server where he posts all his music. It's really good. Also a YouTube link. Tebow, share your YouTube link. That's an order. Oh, you don't have to if you don't want to, but We're close with the... Oh god. I didn't mean to do it. Give me a second. See, this is how you promote yourself. You just hang out in the community, you do cool stuff, and then I will promote you. You don't come in here going, hey, look at my stuff. Like, you're just soliciting. Get out of here. Sorry, someone was in here soliciting earlier, and I was like, get out of here. Keep doing that. Lasso. Okay, anyway, back to the music. Let's turn... Oh, shit, it's fine. There you go. Yes, check out that. Evo's got like a whole bunch of songs. He's got little animated little characters to go along with it and stuff. Good stuff. How do we feel about this? Nice work, Tebow. Indeed, right? It's good. He's sad. Is it too sad? You want it more happy? It kind of just looks like the yeah, maybe just kind of wait. It's not your character's expression, but I do kind of like the angry eyebrows. Hold on. Angie Tebow. Angie Adam, really. Yeah, maybe that's better. Who angered Adam? See how low we can get away with. And then we'll, there's a tiny bit of shading I need to do, or like... It's weird because, like, they don't look surprised until they're, like, up there. I'll play around with the legs just a smidge more. Yeah, that's what I think. Because your community is so dedicated, you either have to do redeem inflation, or you'll never get to do work again. Honestly, I figured that was going to happen eventually, but Adam is watching a nuclear explosion over here. We could not do that. We could do like more like this if you want, like less like horrified. But I do find the expression funny. But up to you. It is your redeem. Oh, I like it. Okay, good. Let's do the classic Beats shading style here, and then we'll call it a call it a day on him. I guess it would be like this. Patent pending Beats shading style. totally makes sense, but got a little variation in there, and then some yellow. And then we'll just do that as like soft white. The white somehow has no pupils. I may try that. Yeah, it's kind of like how my the like this face is, right? I guess it's easier to see with that, but you know what we could do next? Although it doesn't make sense currently, we could brainstorm future gods. Yeah, that could be cool. I was thinking of one that like could disable cards, like very disable focused. Like you could either disable other cards or old god cards, or maybe disable your own cards to disable old god cards, and then you have like things that are around buffing or debuffing disabled cards. I think that could be kind of an interesting mechanic, but I think that's him. Kind of not centered. What color background you want, Tebow? What's a Tebow colored background? For some reason I want to just do like dark gray because I'm just used to seeing all your art against the Discord background. I feel like Adam, he reminds me of me. Good. Nice pink would work. Okay. I agree with that. But too bright. Like that. I like that. Or we could go even darker. Ooh, yeah, maybe that one. I only thought about this too late when we were talking about us maybe being around after some time. Can't wait for the 5-year subscriber badge. Yeah, true. Maybe purple? Too purpley. Or a purpley pink? Is Adam going on the tower? Of course. Blue or orange also could work. Yeah, we could also do orange. Oh, that was like a flashbang compared to like the other colors. And I'm just gonna go with this, or I'm gonna go with that for now. And I will also send them as a transparent PNG, so you can do however you feel. Put them on whatever background you want, if you so choose. I'm okay with anything you decide. That's just, you know, for quick reference, if you want a thing without a or with a background and don't want to have to put anything on there, you know. Okay, those go into wrong Discord channel. Almost post that in the live channel. That would have been, or going live channel. That would have been not correct. There you go. There is the man, the myth, the legend, Adam. And then let's put him into the stack. Well, guys. Add image Adam search. Emotes, even though it's not really an emote. I do kind of want to make all y'all have little emotes potentially and just put them all on 7TV, but I haven't gotten around to that. Anyway, now that's over. Scale to fit. You've reached the top. You've explored new heights that no little guy has explored before. Congratulations. Oops. They do keep getting bigger closer to the top. I'm on top 4 now. Eventually, we're going to have to do something different with the little guys. It is fun to have them on here, but at the same time, eventually they're just going to be too much. What would you do if they all came alive out of your control and they started breaking your stream by dismantling it? I think it would be it'd be meant to be, you know? Holy crap, do we have a little T-Bow little guy? We sure do. Look at this little guy. Anyway, huzzah. Welcome in, Grot. Welcome back. Groot. Or Grot. Or Groot. I don't know how you'd actually pronounce that if you were to pronounce it like the way it's spelled. Anyway, that's that. Hope you enjoy. King's done. Yes, save. Oh, that's my D&D map again. Tebow, I mean Tio. Making fun of Ira there. Love it, thanks. Beautiful. Love the king. I haven't seen the finished piece. Oh yeah. This is the card itself. But yeah, I guess I can reopen it for half a second. There's the fully finished card. It's half the horse is covered. Because, you know. But he turned out good, I think. Brought way too much cheese at the store other day, so now I have to use larger amounts of cheese for everything I eat. I put cheese into. There you go. Time to have a bunch of grilled cheese sandwiches, I guess. Or quesadillas. It's another good one. Use lots of cheese. What else is a cheese-heavy dish? What kind of cheese is the question, I suppose. Cheese fondue? Gonna make bolognese. Isn't that typically like a meat sauce? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Not the answer I was expecting. Me neither. Also not the cheese yet. We still don't know what the cheese is. We're still waiting. I'm assuming mozzarella based on so like a Parmesan. You can feed the cheese over the top of your bolognese. You can feet. What? Huh? How the F does great become feet? Okay, there we go. Tuna and cheese don't mix, does it? I think I've seen some people do cheese on fish, but I've never really been a thing. It's Gouda. You're Gouda. You're pretty Gouda. But I can use it for anything because I like it enough. Yeah, I mean, Gouda's pretty... It's been a while since I've had Gouda. I'm trying to remember what it tastes like, but it's pretty mild, right? So you can kind of use a mild cheese for anything. Sorry, I'm making sure all these redeems are... Okay. Funny how we pronounce it differently here. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if us Americans butcher it. Pronounce like Gochda? I don't know. I don't know. Shrug. Cheese is also good in soup, surprisingly, but sticky, squishy kind. All right, y'all don't do soft G there. Not G. I'm blanking out. It's a soft G. I'm trying to think of a word with a soft G. G. Beats is a soft G. Thanks, dude. I can't type it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a word with a soft G is a thing. G. Gutta? Gouda? A soft G. Gnome. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Anonymous. I don't think that English does that. Maybe it's a Dutch thing. I don't know, man. English is not English. Language is a thing. Here we are. Or is it just a silent G? I don't know. No, I think it's just a silent G. My uncle made me ramen years ago, and my taste buds have longed for more ever since. He's a chef. It's pronounced like air? Yeah, it's not a thing. Isn't soft G's like J? Like giraffe? Yeah, or goat versus goat. Giraffe versus goat. Yeah, I suppose. Jur versus goat. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. The cheese he puts on it still haunts my dreams. I want it so bad. I've been there. I've had hissing, but gee, I don't know what's happening anymore. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, Bean. Google Translate TTS may say it right in Dutch. What I was gonna say. What about the TTS redeem? Give it a shot. Only 100 of your hard-earned Bitcoin. Is it 100? Or did I do it more than that? That's only 100. No. Anyway. My neck just cracked.
Isn't this English accent though? Gouda.
Gouda. I don't know. That's not how I say it. Gouda. Chowda. What's y'all's favorite food? I'm crazy for lasagna and fermented sausages. Favorite food is a dish my mom makes. I guess I make it too. It is gonna sound gross, but it's pork and apple pie, which is not really a pie. It's more of like a shepherd's pie. So it's slow cooked like pork, onion, apple, bacon, and like apple juice and whatever, and that's cooked slow for a while with mashed potato on top. It's the best thing I've ever had. My favorite food is, oh God, why do you guys, you know what, here, I'm gonna have, I can do this. I forgot I can do this. Oh, that was one of the things I was thinking about for, can I actually just do this? Wait, speak this. How do you speak this? Button. Can I make it so it speaks the one I touch? the one I select. I can't. There's got to be a setting for that, and that would be cool for when we do D&D. If when I pick the one we want to say, it'll pop up like that. I don't know. Soft G. No. Yeah, it's more like a J. Yeah, soft G is J, like Gillette. It's not Gillette. Jihalakmi. Oh.
Galacme.
Okay, see that. It did Glockma on my thing and I don't know, whatever. Here we are. I've eaten sheep with orange sauce. Y'all are hurting my brain. You're hurting my brain at this point. I can't. Check stream chat. Oh. The G is silent. I don't even care anymore. Gouda.
Build a website you love.
Oh.
With Wix.
Is this pronounced?
Pronounced.
Okay, peeps, get ready to get your mind blown. I bet you've been pronouncing this one wrong your whole life. Howda.
Howda.
That's right. Howda. Not Gouda. Not Gouda. Howda.
Howda.
You're welcome.
You gotta really use your throat. Howda. Halloumi. My favorite food is halloumi. Wait, I was right with chowda? No, there's no C. Howda. Howda. Gotta sound like you're choking on something. Otherwise, it's not right. Anyway, not the throat noise. I don't know. That's what I heard. All right, I don't care anymore. I don't want to try to pronounce things anymore. I just want to go do other things. Let's talk about game stuff. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know how to pass the bloody cheese. How do we get here? Yeah, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. You guys ever want to like feel like I want to go home, but you are home? You ever have that feeling? Happens to me too often. I don't want to wear my hat anymore either. Even though you can see my hair coming in. My lack of hair. Just not feeling like wearing a hat, you know? We also only have like 15 more minutes. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared, yes. I'm trying to stay with my stream window. But at the same time, I don't know what I'm going to do once I'm off stream. I really need to start like looking for work, like in some sort of fashion. I don't know if that's going to be like commission work or if that's going to be like an actual job. But regardless, I do need to make money because I am I've talked about this like way too much lately, so I'm going to keep it brief, but new beats short. Yeah, I guess I got to do another one too. I don't know. Maybe I should do that real quick because I worked on what's it called? I worked on my like portfolio kind of thing earlier. But yeah, that's an inevitability at this point. I'm too low on money. The cheese incident. Potentially. Yeah, that'd be a good one. I can write that down. What time are we at? We're at 250 on 2. Working. Make a note of it. Anyway. Editing work is pretty good if you get a job with a bigger creator, both for exposure and for working conditions. Yeah, I just gotta find someone, right? I just noticed that we don't have a Beats dance emoji. I mean, we kind of do. We have this one, which is a little dance. And we have this one, it's like rave, like a rave dance, sort of whatever, like what's it called? I was tempted. We do have animated emote slots, and I was tempted to do, you know, like the little duck animation, that little dance, duck dance GIF. I was tempted to do that with my little guy. How do I do this? Make sure this one. I feel like that would be cute to do with my little guy. You know what I'm saying? So maybe someday we do that. I saw these YouTubers, Evan and Preach, looking to hire an editor earlier this year, and conditions they promised were crazy good. Nice. Yeah, I just got to reach out to, well, I'm going to continue to reach out to people, but it's kind of hard to find stuff. Commission work is scary because so many people look to scam you, while editing is, honestly, it's not even like the scamming thing that's like concerning. It's not even like, it's just people, the inconsistency of work is kind of the scary part. Thank you for the lurk, Sonny. Yeah, I don't have a lurk command, but here we are. Test complete. There it is. My man. Breeds Creations. Is that me if I was a cheese? Rude. Anyway. I feel like at this point we can't really start anything. I could I mean, basically the only two other things I'd commission you. Thanks, Tuna. Yeah, it's just hard to, like, you'd have to consistently get work, and that's the scary part about commission work. I really don't want a job that's gonna like take over my life, you know? Obviously that's kind of like how jobs work most of the time. But I really, like, if I get a job, I'm gonna have to like change my stream schedule and like that kind of stuff, and that's like the biggest thing I'm concerned about. But I tried scamming you earlier, not really, but that's just what Tuna was saying. That it's like, I mean, they sort of did, but not really. They were just like, hey, will you buy, or like look at my website, whatever. I think what Tuna means is that people can imagine I get a job to commission you consistently. There you go. Yeah, I think Tuna was just saying that like people can like take advantage of people who are commissioning because they don't know what they're they don't know how it works, you know. I don't know. There's a lot of like weird stuff with commissioning, like with random people and not having a consistent client. People wanting revisions and whatever. I mean, obviously just get payment up front is like half of it, right? Payment up front, payment on delivery. You just have to protect yourself with the law more or less. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, we have 8 minutes. We could either debrief about the playtest we did a little bit more, or we could talk about Blight of Blackridge for like a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go because I really should try to keep on my stream window so I can get more stuff out there, get myself out there, make money, not have to foreclose on my house. Another playtest I didn't attend, huh? I mean, we did 2, right? We did one on the weekend with Toot, and then we did one with Hellfire on Monday, which I think went swimmingly. Yeah, the I was talking about earlier, the what's it called? The pre-built decks are definitely a good decision. I think the biggest thing is even when the games have gone long, they didn't feel long, right? Because like before, when the games got long, they felt like tedious. You know, let's just show my face because there's nothing useful on the screen here. I look so short when I'm not sitting up. And my camera is just not in the right position. I really need to fix that. But because before you have like the what's it called? Sorry, yawn. You'd have like the minions just clogging up the board, and it would take like 10,000 like 10,000 minions taking up the board, and it would take forever to clear them out with your action economy. But now they actually you know, the game is interesting. You constantly feel like there's that back and forth where you might lose, you know. Mission work similarly to streaming and video content creation, exponential growth, while interacting with other creators is simply conversation. Mission work similarly to streaming and video creation as exponential growth, but well, yeah. Player creators is simply conversation. Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, just streaming, unfortunately, there's not really that much potential for growth, just like me sitting on here, right? I like it. It's a good time to get work done. Like we get stuff done for armies. Obviously, most of the game is worked on stream, but and like just like the community growth, or like a growth community bonding, I guess, is good, but yeah, it's not good for growth of whatever. What was the stream window? Is it now or like 30 minutes? I'll remind you. I mean, we're basically done. It's 3 hours, right? And we're at 3 hours. The ad's in 4 minutes, so I was figuring go to that. We'll find someone while the ad's going. I should really start doing it before we hit the ad, but whatever. Here we are. I have a riddle that you can solve for the last 5 minutes. Okay. 5 sisters are in a room. Anne is reading a book. Rosie is cooking. Katie is playing chess. Mary is doing some laundry. What is the 5th sister doing?
Beat stop streaming. The window has closed.
Love it. The stream scheduled till 2 minutes ago. Yeah, basically. Well, I would assume the other sister is also playing chess, because if Katie's playing chess, she wouldn't be playing it by herself. Or, I don't know, that's my best guess. Yes, correct. Now go. Mom, it's outside. To pick you up. Beep, beep. We kind of slow you down. I mean, like, sort of, but sort of not. Yeah, how is he this smart? Honestly, my first thought was that it was like a punctuation thing, and I thought Rosie was cooking Katie. Or Rose was cooking Katie. That was my first thought. He's smart. He lost all his hair. It's true. The bald has been unleashed. Sauce, have you seen the thing Toots made for me? Because you need to. Unless you're busy, then we can save it for later, but I've heard of the thing that comes from a toot. No, okay, hold on. You know who I'm saying when I say toots, right? Well, there it is. It's on screen. Yeah, well. I was gonna pull up it in its full glory. Streaming. He actually made me a bunch of stuff now that I'm looking at it, but this is the oh wait, on. Deep to himself through that. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that freaking isn't that insane? Sorry. Oh, I thought this was when she's telling you the riddle. I don't like those kind of riddles. Brain pushed out all the hairs. Brain goes pushed the hair strands out. Oh yeah, you guys thinking the same thing. Instead of follicles is brain pieces. That's gross. Beats, have a good rest of your day. He's trying to get me out of here. That's awesome. Isn't that great? He did a good job. He also did he has like a similar art redeem on his thing, and he did this. And I'm like, it took him like 2 hours. I'm like, dude, why did you that redeem is not worth that much. It was worth way more. And then he made this one. He's like, is this kind of like a better thing to do? And I'm like, yes, you should have done this the first time. I think I'm gonna get 250 beat coins for joining the raid. So basically you can assume I'm redeeming. So you can basically assume I'm redeeming next week. You can't stop me. I cannot. I mean, I could increase the price, but I'm not going to do that right now. Anyway, yes, we should find someone to raid. Although we're hitting the ad now. The realistic build is a chef's kiss. Yeah, it really is. I need to like, I need an art wall. Love you, brother. Love you too, dude. I'm going to have to, yeah, I do need to find someone to raid. I guess while we're waiting for the ads to be over. So anyone who's just sitting in there can raid with us, but you can increase it to 5 million, but it will not stop me. I am a machine. There you go. I think we should find someone new. I was tempted to go with someone we follow, but we haven't really, we haven't done anyone new in a while. Good night, chat. See you, Grot. I appreciate you being here. Okay, ads are actually running now, but let's do more art stuff, I guess. Probably. I guess we didn't really do art. Let me see. card game? Card game?
See you all at some other point. It is EP time now. Bye bye.
Maybe. Bye bye. It did not do bye bye very well, huh? Bye bye. Bye bye now. Why is bye bye something you say usually when you're on the phone? I don't know if I've ever said bye bye, with the exception of hanging up the phone. Never say it any other time. You don't say bye bye, friend. You like it's only when you're talking on the phone. Bay bye. See ya, bay. Okay, we're just gonna look at art because there's nothing in card game. Art. Small or similar size. Small artist. The smartest. Promise you I won't be on here too long. Literally just half the number of them. A bunch of people just got off. They're like, don't raid me. Please no. I don't know. We'll do this. They're drawing chibis, I guess. Oh, wait. No, they're playing a game now. Never mind. I was like, oh, cool art. And then now they're just like playing a video game. Like, okay, well, never mind. See you later, Majesties. Also not knocking always more than twice. Clapping as well. What? More than once. Downwell kings and queens here. True. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to figure this out, but literally like half the people I was like, okay, here's a person, and then they just like disappeared. Okay, fine. I guess we're just picking a non-small artist. Keeps breaking. Who has cool art? Who is this person really not? Okay, yeah, they're just not arting. They're miscategorized. Who's miscategorized, you may ask? Like, you don't walk up to a door and then push it once. We always applaud when someone just... Oh, or when we applaud, some just clap, or one clap. I don't know. I'm sleepy. Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Is this guy... What's this guy doing? Is this sculpting? That's interesting. I don't know what he's sculpting. But that could be interesting. What are we feeling like? Just like digital art, some sort of... I don't know. What are we feeling? How are we... I should be better at this. I should literally just click on someone and go. I think Bean was having this struggle the other day. Like, who do I pick? It's always... I don't know why my voice sounded weird when I said that. All right, close my eyes, and this person. Oh, we already rated them before. And this person. Nope. Still in take. We can't raid people we've raided before. We keep raiding the same people, you know? Now I just need to find someone new. Hurry up, beast man. Okay, you're right. You're right. We're gonna pick. 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 This one. I don't know. I just clicked on one. Someone's drawing a wizard or witch or something. I think. I don't know. We're going for it. We pick something at random. Peelbug's raid with responsibility and great intention. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's fun to like, it's good to like, you know, whatever. Anyway, we're just starting it. We're getting out of here. We're getting the heck out of here. Bye-bye. Who knows? I don't even know if, okay, no, they're here. I was like, I don't even know if they're on right now. But they are. They're arting. They're actively arting. We're going. Goodbye. Goodbye now. I'll see you Friday. No idea what we're doing. But we'll be there. So probably more of the same. Goodbye. And I'll put an announcement about the Chat Does D&D on whatever. So anyway, bye. See you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.